5 ways you can fix your relationship on your own. Even if your partner doesn't appear to be interested, there are many changes you can make when you want to know how to fix a relationship. 1. White flag mindset. As human beings, we are full of imperfections. We have all been damaged and hurt in unique ways that impact how we relate in our interpersonal relationships. It is easy to identify undesirable traits in our partners. Ironically, the longer we are together and the closer we get to someone, the more we tend to pick them apart for negative characteristics. The couple often be with complaints about their partners. The difficulties and dynamics have become so complex that it is hard to sort through the many offenses of which they've accused each other. Chances are, in most cases, both parties are right and both are wrong. Thus, my first piece of advice to couples is simple: drop it. Stop the blame game and start taking responsibility for your own actions. In order to resolve real issues, it's helpful to abandon the case you've long been building, address your part of the problem, and start fresh with a clean life. When you are vulnerable, you are more likely to achieve what you want. Think wide and be peaceful. 2. Observe before reacting. Naturally, letting go of past grudges and grievances won't prevent you from getting into trouble in the future. When a conflict does arise, it's an important exercise not to always react automatically in the moment. Negative thoughts will come rushing by like a train, but we can choose whether or not we get on. Take some time to step away and focus on something besides the conflict for a while. Since it takes two to tango, stopping yourself from being reactive in the moment prevents the argument from escalating into seriously destructive territory. When you calm yourself down, you should sit back and observe what is going on. Times of conflict can be experienced as life-threatening, but in calming yourself down, you are in an adult, more rational state and can check in and see what's real. You may realize you are projecting negative thoughts, or assuming your partner is critical of you or intentionally hurting you. In some moments of tension, we must take a break and reflect. Don't feed your feelings of hurt. Instead, step aside and ask yourself what you're really reacting to and why. 3. Identify patterns. When we feel overwhelmed by our emotions, it's essential to ask what triggered you. Often, when couples start fighting, there is a feeling of hurt or abandonment at the root of it. Scenarios that stir up old feelings, especially those having to do with attachment, can make us feel insecure, unseen, unsafe, or purposefully wronged. If we felt rejected as children, we are far more likely to perceive those close to us as being rejecting as adults. If we felt intruded on in our youth, we may be more at risk for feeling guarded or resistant to opening up. In your present relationship, your partner is not necessarily intentionally causing your pain, but rather inadvertently triggering a primal reaction. By noticing patterns to what causes you to feel stirred up, anxious, or enraged, you get to know yourself better and you can deal with these emotions in a healthier manner. 4. Look to your past. After noting patterns in your reactions, you can start to piece together what is familiar from your past. Saint. You can question whether you're projecting or replaying some dynamic that is familiar to you from your childhood in your current relationship. It may not seem obvious, but in looking closer you can make connections between the dynamic in your relationship and you or your partner's early life. The culture of the family you grew up in will affect you as an adult. What was valued or looked down upon in your family? It's important to consider that what you are reacting to now may set off emotions from your past. When we are reacting based on old experiences, we often see the present world through a distorted lens. Our destructive past influences is essentially the only way to fully be yourself in your relationship. 5. Communicate what you feel. Once you are both calm, you can explain how you feel without placing blame or acting victimized. When you communicate, it is important to respect the fact that you each have unique minds that work differently. In doing so, you get to know your partner on a deeper level that ultimately will bring you closer. If both you and your partner are open to each other and compassionate toward your individual struggles, you can help each other overcome obstacles and become the people you both want to be in your relationship with love and compassion.